when I was a kid, one of the things they did at church was bring in testimonies. It felt like, I don't know, I was a kid, so who knows what's real, but it felt like 5 or 6 times a year at church they would have a big thing on Saturday morning where somebody would come in and tell their conversion story. And a lot of them followed the same pattern, right? Where they talked about a half hour, or when you're in, 7th grade, I think that's 13 hours. But they talk, and it was always 25 minutes of their life before Jesus. And then, and then I met Christ, and now I'm different. And it always felt like bragging, right? About their life. Their conversion story always seemed to tell everybody how cool they were before. And then, well, now I met Jesus and I, share my toys. And it never really worked for me because the way they told the story, I truly, at least as a kid, walked away with the distinct impression that they had more fun before their conversion. Whatever that was going on in the church, I'm kind of glad it's gone now. It didn't convince me, again, of much, except conversion made you boring. When we look at the gospel today, it really confronts this core thing, I think, in all of us. And it's the idea that because virtue's hard, it's less rewarding. I'd really like us to think about that. This idea that the vineyard owner said, I'll pay you the usual daily wage, and you might think, well, that's just normal. That was actually generous. There were so many people who wanted to work back then. To get the normal daily wage was actually a pretty big deal. And they got what they were promised, and they were mad because the people who didn't work as hard as them got what they were promised. I've seen it over and over in my life, and I've had to confront it in myself, that we forget that virtue is its own reward. We forget that doing what we were made to do, that's its own reward. That people who choose to live selfishly or who choose to live only for themselves or for success, they might seem happier than us, but it's kind of simple. It's just that their life is easier, but it doesn't mean it's more rewarding. Virtue is its own reward. When we enter this school year, we're entering it as the people who went out at dawn and stood there and waited for somebody to say, you're in the game. Yeah, you're in. Let's go. And we act like the vineyard owner is so very blessed to have us. But we're the blessed ones. To carry those heavy baskets and to fill them with love and learning and life. We're the blessed ones that we sweat and that we cry and that we push. We're the blessed ones that at the end of the day we can say to Jesus, I gave everything I had for your kids today. We're the blessed ones. And I pray we never forget that. Amen?